Watch out bottom mid.
I can probably come with goes my side.
He's on trench. Nice, there we
They're
are.
top cat. They're top cat right now, John. Jump up. I'm going our sniper him, John. I'm gonna try and get to pyramid.
One shot RBR. They're maze. They're maze. Nice.
I'm pyramid right now.
Dude, their flag, there's rock tree, and then sniper him. I don't know where he's like.
Marble now.
Side, probably. Or under sinking maybe.
Here's maze. I hear him. Top cat, I think. I can shoot elbow.
Go to 30 more, then they're one.
They're trying to pick me.
Top
Grass,
box,
grass, one shot. Grass, two shot. They're
Top box, top box, top box.
They're maze. They're maze.
They're maze.
Push. Two dead. There we are. There we are. Weak. Two shot. One shot. There we are.
Run.
I'm here. Trench weak. I need help.
Save.
Sniper ramp. I'm sniper ramp.
I'm in the fight.
Still trench, can we go this guy?
You're alone, dude. You gotta push.
Weak their table, weak their table.
Two there, both weak.
They're both
Both weak.
Then,
Yo, rockets in 5.
They're full rock now, bro.
5. Yeah, running over.
Gonna go the window, I think, John.
The window right now? We kill this guy? No. Renegade over.
The baiting and switching from Splyce here is so impressive to watch. Break that down a little bit for some of the people at home who might be wondering exactly what we mean when we say baiting and switching.
Yeah, I mean, right here, you're going to see a lot of players. For example, Renegade's bottom middle, he's going to lay down a few shots and immediately do everything he can to get away and let another player kind of start that battle. So really allowing your enemies to push on.
And we're back. Splyce versus Talks. Renegade with some insane plays, and I keep hearing the same question online. How is Splyce so damn dominant? We're going to replay the clip, take a closer look, and we might be able to answer that question. Right off the bat, we've got Renegade looking across to blue snipe with the sniper, and he's in an interesting position here where he's going to get first sight advantage. He's low enough in the cave that if anybody comes up that blue snipe ramp, he's going to have that first sight. Even though he has less sights overall, he could be farther back in the cave, let's say, but then he would be spotted more easily. In this situation, he's predicting that an enemy is going to come up the blue ramp. The biggest thing I want you to see when this opponent does come up is look at how he gets that headshot. He doesn't instantly whip the snipe on him and shoot him in the head. He waits for a split second until he knows he can confidently react and hit the headshot. When you have an advantage, you notice the player's not looking at you, wait that extra just millisecond, that extra bit of time to just have more confidence in hitting that shot. See that extra weight right there? Finally gets the shot perfectly on the head, and he knows that his teammates right now are in bottom mid. He needs to help out his teammates. He needs to regain positioning, immediately get a power position. You have to be good at your jumps to do these types of things quickly. Here's a perfect jump example. Get full sprint going, jump, immediately thrust, activate stabilize, and mash crouch or hold crouch so you can maintain your peak height in stabilize, and you're going to reach that jump with a clamber on the very end of it. So now he's in a better position with the sniper. The biggest thing I want you to take a look at here is how he's using the stabilize, especially the second stabilize right here. In the air, he activated that stabilize. He has auto stabilize on, which is something that you might want to consider. The biggest reason why you might want to consider that is because he had his snipe aimed the whole time. While it was aimed, he jumped backwards without any kind of stabilize activating automatically. So he was able to jump backwards, control his momentum backward, and then activate the stabilize at his convenience. You'll see right here, jumps backwards, activates the stabilize. And this is pretty big because it avoids nades, it avoids lines of sight. It just puts him in his own little situation beside the red BR, and it gives him an opportunity to react and hit this player. Unfortunately, he can't react in time. He's going to take his time, push up on the red elbow here. He's going to notice Shotzi actually coming from behind him who's going to take that kill. Instead, he can focus on the bridge. The biggest thing you want to pay attention to in this part is that he's listening for callouts. As a sniper, you're in a power position in the red bridge, the red window here, whatever you want to call it. You always have to be listening to the callouts from your teammate. He's going to hear a callout for blue BR, capitalizes on the callout for blue BR right there with the headshot. Now he's going to hit an insane snipe. Okay, we're going to go back, take a look at this insane snipe that he gets flying by right here. Now the biggest thing I can say about this snipe, of course, he got the headshot that he needed to on blue BR. And he knows there's a player on rockets, so he's going to decide to dive out and hit this snipe. Now, notice that he doesn't do it all in one whip. It's not one consistent motion. Instead, he's doing a bunch of minute individual controller flicks to the left. Like he's flicking that right stick to the left 5 separate times. I'll even count it out for you. And by doing that, it makes it easier for him to react and precisely hit that no-scope rather than just whipping it the whole way over and having the acceleration take over and just kind of praying that it'll hit. You'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate adjustments he made on the right stick. We're going to watch it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 adjustments. So he took his time adjusting multiple times with that right stick until he saw the player in his window of reaction. Then he whipped it that final time for the body shot to help out Stellar. So that's a big thing you want to pay attention to with the sniper is it's not just one big whip. Take your time repositioning that aimer so that you can be confident in the whip in the end. Now, here is the big part about how Splyce is so dominant in a team, basically. So you can see that Renegade right here is in this battle. He's only going to hit one body shot. I want to go back a sec. Only going to hit one body shot on Snakebite. There's the one shot. He misses all of his other shots. He knows he's lost this battle. He's one shot at this point. You can see he's thrusting away. I guarantee you, while he's thrusting, Renegade is already thinking of running away from this battle. There is no way in hell he's going to win the fight. Even turning around to drop a nade would be risky because he could be chased up that ramp. So he knows while he's in the air thrusting that he should be activating sprint, and you can actually activate your sprint while you're in the air. Just hold forward and press sprint, whatever your sprint is, and as long as you keep forward held, when you hit that floor, you'll start sprinting. So you're going to see that he's going to hit the floor, immediately start sprinting, and even check this out. This is a little subtle thing, but he's going to, while he's sprinting, he's going to turn his head to the left. See that turn to the left, that instant nudge to the left? He's trying to juke his opponent. That turn to the left makes it look like he's decided to turn out to the left and go under red base, but instead, he turns left, instantly goes right with the Spartan charge because he has the full sprint speed. Remember, when you have full sprint speed, you can activate Spartan charge, and he's going to Spartan charge right. So that kind of confuses your opponent, makes them think you're going to go around the left when you're really coming around the right side, helps him survive a little bit longer. But the biggest thing about all of this, so he got into that play fast, he escaped from that play fast, and the reason why these players are so fast and they're so flawless in their execution comes with their 2v2 style of gameplay. Renegade Splyce, or sorry, Renegade, all of Splyce, I can just say, they practice in 2v2s more than they practice in scrims. In 2v2s, there's way less action happening on the map, meaning that movement is so much more important, and being fast and capitalizing and working together is so much more important in 2v2s because you have the space to work with, and then you can get more comfortable applying that to 4v4s. So the biggest thing about this part right here is when Renegade knows that he loses that battle, listen to the comms. He says rotate, rotate. He's got Stellar above him on the red elbow who's ready to rotate. So he loses that battle. You can hear the rotate coming out. Immediately, Stellar turns in, jumps down to dive on that kill, and that is the flawless execution from Splyce that comes from all this 2v2 background that they have. They always have that buddy system. There's always somebody nearby ready to capitalize on that kill. Stellar goes in, he gets one shot. Renegade's going to accidentally take him out. Snakebite with amazing plays survives as Renegade takes his time trying to survive here. Snakebite disappears. Renegade's not going to bother. He notices that Eco and Shotzi are still in the blue base. They're getting taken out. He's going to help with the pressure. Jumps over the nade with the forward thrust. Check out the way that he thrusted here too. Jumping over the nade, he could have thrusted out to the right, but he strategically thrusted forward diagonal to the left because he knew that he was probably going to be challenged on blue, and by thrusting forward diagonal left, he can put pressure and immediately dip behind this wall, the pedestal on the blue band. Look at that. Immediately had cover. Remember what I said about having an exit strategy, always having a plan B, the next thing you want to do? He dives out, already knew in his head that he's going to be challenged, so he had the plan B, he had the fallback ready, so he could use the wall cover, apply the nade, notices that teammates are spawning up on cave at this point. He could stick on elbow, but he's by himself on elbow. There's already a flag being pulled on red elbow, so this is kind of an interesting play. Instead, he's going to dip down to bottom mid, has hardly any angles at all, but it makes him invisible to the rest of the team, and it opens up the spawn points on blue side and makes it such that, blue can push back in through elbow, and he has an opportunity to make a sneaky play on whoever pushes in through the elbow side. So you don't actually see it in the footage as the commentary switches over to Shotzi's perspective. Shotzi's going to win that battle with Snakebite. Meanwhile, Renegade's going back up the bend. He's sneaking up on Lethal, going for a flag pull that ends up being a trade and a flag toss out to Shotzi, who already has the rockets and can rally the flag, and that flag ends up being the last cap. So it's hard in this one clip to say how Splyce is as dominant as they are, because all players are very good. All these pro players are very good players. But on top of the flawless execution, it's the speed and decision making that they have, and the way that they can work with this buddy system, rotate and capitalize together. The biggest example was Stellar jumping in and capitalizing on that rotation, and we see that throughout. I'm going to try to bring up some more clips where we can see more of that from Splyce, and I'm constantly looking through the World Championship and seeing seeing what's up there. But that is all I wanted to cover for today. Flawless execution from Renegade, and that ability to use the buddy system really is the reason why they were able to be so successful. Thanks guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell beside the subscribe button to keep informed of what's happening in Halo, and I'll see you guys around.